Got some absolutely breaking news in regards to one of the best cornerbacks in the entire NFL, Xavien Howard. And there's a bunch of controversy that is surrounding this entire situation. We're going to get to that real quick. Before we get to the content, just want to remind you guys that we're giving away a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X to a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel. We're going to be announcing the giveaway winner in about a week, and if you could take a moment to sack that like button for the YouTube algorithm, it helps us out a lot. And if you want to get this information a little bit sooner than these videos get out to you guys, I highly recommend you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Now that we get all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Xavien Howard is one of the best, if not the best, cornerback in the entire NFL. Over this past season, to give you an idea, the man had 10 interceptions and 20 passes defended to go along with 51 total tackles. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that the Miami Dolphins absolutely hit on him in the 2016 NFL draft, and he currently is in the midst of his prime. However, there is a little bit of a problem. You see, during the 2018 NFL season, Xavien Howard did sign a contract extension with the Miami Dolphins. Bear in mind, this was during a time where the Miami Dolphins were considered to be one of the worst teams in the entire NFL. But it was during this time that Xavien Howard really began to come into his own and really establish himself as one of the premier corners in the NFL. Well, as a result, both him and the Dolphins are having a little bit of a problem in regards to his contract situation. Starting with earlier today, Xavien Howard did report to training camp despite being extremely unhappy with his contract, and this is according to ESPN and the Associated Press. Brian Flores came out and said that we're excited to work with Xavien Howard and all the players that are out here. There are a lot of things that are good with having him here. Now, all of Xavien Howard's teammates speak about him glowingly. Jerome Baker said that X is a key guy on our defense, and not just a key guy, but a great guy to be around. We're definitely happy to have him back. And Flores continued to say that there's conversations that are always going to be internal and confidential, but we're excited to have him. I'm excited to work with him. He's a remarkable player. Things seem to be more or less stabilizing. After all, Xavien Howard signed a 5-year, $75 million contract extension 2 years ago, so you'd imagine that he'd be happy with the situation he's in. But oh boy, we could not have been more wrong. Right after we thought everything was stabilized, right after we thought that Xavien Howard was happy on the Miami Dolphins, well, a few minutes ago, I don't know when this is going to hit your devices, by the way, but at the time I'm recording this video a few minutes ago, Xavien Howard issued a statement, and this is according to Adam Schefter, or via Adam Schefter, and this is how the statement is read. I've given my heart and soul to the Miami Dolphins franchise since they drafted me in 2016, and I want to make it clear that I love my teammates. They are my family. But what I've learned is that the business side of the NFL proves organizations don't always have a player's best interest at heart. My experience with the Dolphins the past few seasons has taught me that in 2018, I signed an extension that I'll admit I didn't completely understand, nor did I feel comfortable with. I've played on that deal for 2 seasons and didn't complain, but everyone knows I've significantly outperformed that deal. I'm one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, and the tape backs up that claim. The assignments I'm given, shadowing the opposition's best player with little help, proves my value, my worth. Yet, I'm the second highest paid cornerback on my own team, and it's not even close. I want to clear up a few misconceptions about my situation. My agent David Cantor and I have never once asked for a completely new contract. We wanted to work things out with the Miami Dolphins, and we brought solutions to the table, like guaranteeing more money, that we felt were win-wins for both sides. These were proposals of adjustments that wouldn't just make me feel more respected, but were also cap friendly. But the Miami Dolphins refused everything we proposed. That is why I don't feel the organization has dealt with me in good faith. I don't feel valued or respected by the Dolphins. Just like they can take a business first approach, so can I. That's why I want to make it clear that I am not happy and I've requested a trade. Until that trade happens, I'm just here so I don't get fined and will handle myself himself like professionals do. So this is a pretty insane statement from Xavien Howard. He's coming out and telling us straight up that he is not happy with the way things are with the Miami Dolphins, which is kind of nice considering the fact that we just had to do a lot of over-analysis in regards to the Aaron Rodgers situation. It's really nice to see someone coming out and telling us directly that this is how it is and that he's currently unhappy. Now here's the thing. NFL contracts are very complicated, and they're actually, in my opinion, extremely sleazy, because the number that you see that a player typically signs for isn't necessarily the exact amount of money that they're going to get for signing the contract. It's not guaranteed. And that's what's bothering Xavien Howard, because at the time he signed that contract, he was not nearly the player that he is right now. But here's the thing. The Miami Dolphins are in a pretty cool situation here. I know I've linked them to Deshaun Watson over and over and over again, and it might be getting nauseating for you guys. But from where I stand, there's a multitude of ways that you could handle this situation. The first situation is you could trade Xavien Howard to any team for possibly a first-round pick. Judging based off of the caliber of player he is, I don't know if he'd be worth a first or a second-round pick, but they had a very similar situation with Minkah Fitzpatrick during the first year of the Brian Flores era, and they handled that very properly, and they actually set themselves up to be in very good shape for the future as a result of trading one of their star defensive backs so they could get some draft compensation in return from the Pittsburgh Steelers. But in terms of teams that would be interested, there are so many teams that are in desperate need for cornerback help, but there's no other team that intrigues me more in this situation than the Houston Texans, because of Deshaun Watson. In previous videos, I mentioned how the Houston Texans want at least 3 first-round picks and a star player, or at least a starter caliber player. I don't think it gets much better in regards to a haul for Deshaun Watson than giving up Xavien Howard, maybe Tua Tagovailoa, in addition to 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. There's no way the Houston Texans say no to that. But if they don't want to take that route, the final thing they can do is obviously restructure Xavien Howard's contract, which I honestly think would also be an attractive thing for them to do, considering the fact that this is one of the best corner, if not the best cornerback in the entire NFL. So there's a bunch of approaches that you could take in this situation. I personally expect the Miami Dolphins to trade Xavien Howard because they showed no willingness to budge initially now that they had him under contract. But I like to hear what you guys have to say. This was some pretty incredible news in regards to one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, and we should be hearing an update within the next couple of days. Let me know in the comment section down below, what team do you think is most likely to acquire Xavien Howard? I could see any team from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Miami Dolphins to even the Dallas Cowboys picking up their phone to give the Miami Dolphins a call. In addition to that, what do you think it would take to acquire Xavien Howard? I'd like to hear what you have to say. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.